In this tutorial, I'm going to talk about eBay profiles and how we use them on RivalRipper.com. So if you log into your RivalRipper account and go over here on the left underneath the gavel for auctions, you can click on Listing Policy Profiles. And that'll show your existing profiles. If you click refresh, if this is the first time you've been to this page, you might not see your profiles. So you want to click on refresh to make sure that your account on RivalRipper is in sync with what you have on eBay. Now, if you don't have any profiles set up on eBay, we highly recommend setting up your profiles inside eBay and then coming in here to grab them so that you can use them on RivalRipper. We do have some tools to edit. So for example, I have existing policies right here, so let me do a return policy and just show my return policies by using this little select box, and I can edit my return policy. So we have a form here. I can change what it's called, and some various options here that I can change. Our policy editor on RivalRipper does not cover everything that is available on the eBay site for profiles. So we do recommend, if you go to the policy profiles and then click on new, for example, there's going to be this note here that's going to explain what I just said, and there's a link right here. So if you click on that link, it'll actually take you to eBay, and inside eBay, on that page, you can create your return policies, shipping policies, and payment policies. And then when you come in here to edit or create a new listing, so for example, if I go in here and create a new listing, you scroll down to the bottom and your policies will show up in here. So all you need to do is select them. eBay used to have you fill all of this data out on each listing that you created, which was super time wasting and just a horrible way to do it. So they created this new policy profiles, and for tools like ours and anybody else that connects to the eBay API, we are required to use policy profiles. So if you've never used them before, you'll want to get up to date on how they work, and you'll want to make sure that you go to the policy profiles here. You can find that link on the new page, so add new profile, and there's that link right here. So you want to make sure you go to that link, set up your profiles, and then when you come back to the profiles page, click refresh, and it'll show all your profiles in here, and you can use them within RivalRipper. Now, we do have some features where you can hide them inside RivalRipper. So for example, if you have old policies that are showing up that you don't want to use anymore, you can just select whichever ones you don't want to use anymore and just hit hide. The delete sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work. It depends on how eBay has your policy set and whether or not the policy is a default. So I don't really recommend using the delete button here. If you're going to delete your policies, you should go onto eBay and just set up your policies so that you can use them inside RivalRipper. We do have a little search thing over here. If you click on this search, it's more of like a magnifying glass to view what the actual data is. So it'll pop up and give you basically just a dump of the data. It's not really formatted to show anything fancy. It's just an overview. One thing about editing your profiles on RivalRipper is that we do have a default button. So if you edit, let's say I'm going to edit this return policy right here, there are some options right here to select this by default on the add listing form. So you're going to want to have at least one return policy, one payment policy, and one shipping policy that is your default, so that when you go to use the add form, you don't have to change the select boxes. It'll automatically fill it in for you. So make sure you figure out which ones you want as your default, and then go in and edit them and just set it to the default. There's also the button here to hide if you wish. So make sure that you save the policy at the end when you're done. So I just made this a default, which looks good to me. Paid by seller, and save. So it saved it, and then you can see right here now that this is green and it says yes, default. So if you hide them, it'll show no. And then when you hide them, they actually won't show up in the form. So when you go to the add form to create a new listing and you scroll down to here, if you had selected hide, it wouldn't show these. So it would only show the ones that are not hidden. And then it would default to the one that you have set as the default. And then when you're on the add form, you can actually click here to see the pop-up as well, which gives you a dump of the actual eBay data. So first, you can see shipping policies has quite a lot of data. So that's really all there is to profiles. Again, just click on new, find the link to go to eBay, and then just read up on that, on how to set it up. You'll also have to make sure that you're opted in to the eBay profiles so that you can use them. So that's all there is for this tutorial, and thanks for watching.